Hey y'all, thanks for tuning into the Nintendo Drive. If you're hanging out with us on YouTube, be sure to like the video, subscribe to our channel, and ring the bell icon so you never miss an episode. Or if you're getting cozy and listening to us on your podcast feed, make sure you're following and leaving us nice reviews. You can also support the show on Patreon and pick up some awesome merch. Links to those and more are in the description, but let's get the show started.
It's a me, Sean Capri. Hi, everyone. Hi, guys.
Hey.
Hi. Hey.
Everybody.
Hey. Let us wave on this audio podcast.
Yeah.
It's a day to rejoice. It's a night to rejoice. We have plenty to celebrate in Nintendo Land, and we invited one of our old friends who I've touched in real life. Hi, Andross.
Hi, Sean.
How else would I introduce you?
I've
Exactly how else?
Mm-hmm. Seen his suit in person, the Mario one.
I almost wore it today. Actually, today should have been a suit day.
Oh yeah,
today would have been good. Yeah, why not? The direct. It's we're not going to get another one until next February, so hopefully everybody enjoyed today. Yeah,
like that meme where it's like my cousin's wedding, Sean in pajamas, and then Nintendo Direct, Sean in suit.
Yep.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, well, it's nice to see you all.
It is. It is a joyous night. We had a Nintendo Direct, just as the prophet foretold.
Yes, you, Prophet Seth.
On February 8th. Now, I wasn't 100% right, and we'll get into it. I did, fumble the ball a little bit, but I nailed the date. Can we just say that I nailed the date?
Nailed the date. So, why? Yeah, I don't know why you're dinging yourself points over here. Like you did great.
I did great on the date, but I did think we were going to see Silk Song, and I did think we were going to see Mario. Neither of those happened, but I'm sure we'll.
That's true. And you know what? That goes into the whole strategy of your predictions, Seth. You just too many chickens in that same old basket.
You're right.
So, but nailing the day was pretty good. Like that, I have to say, because I didn't. I was kind of hoping they'd go against the grain here and go January, but. They went February 8th of all, man, you just crushed it. Holy cow.
What was really
secrets hiding in that beard.
What was hilarious was when you and Brian Eck were in the Discord being like, this loser didn't get the date right. And then literally a minute
One minute later.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, I've been getting up too early these days, and I didn't realize that the day hadn't actually really started yet, because it was 7 a.m. my time when I'm like already talking trash to you, and you're like, I'm sorry, what is this? And I tell, like, I'm not joking, I triple check to make sure that was the real Nintendo account, and it's got like some gold star next to it. I'm like, that looks fake as all get out. I don't understand what's going on with Twitter these days. So there you go, man. Congratulations, though. That was a big deal. And now we have many games to play. We've bought vouchers. We've got lots to talk about tonight.
Oh my gosh.
All the things.
Well, we got all the things. What are we even doing? Like,
what are we doing here?
What are we doing? Do we, because we have a guest here, Andross. And Andross, I definitely want to give you an opportunity. And I wonder if we should just talk about you for a second before we address the elephant in the room. Because you're doing something really exciting, and we can circle back to this at the end of the show. But right here at the top, I wanted to let people know kind of about you and what you've been up to, because you kind of like relaunched yourself a little bit. And I want to give you a chance to talk about that, man.
Yeah. So hi, I'm Andross.
Hi, Andross.
I'm a regular. I've been listening to Nintendo Drive since like it started. I'm a huge fan of the show here. Back when it was in a car, actually. Surprise, believe it or not. This show actually used to be in a car. Yeah, so I am a YouTuber, streamer, and podcaster, and I have launched my own YouTube channel and streaming. And I guess what Seth's referring to with my relaunch is I am starting a 1-year plan to really go for it on my YouTube channel over at Andross 1. I'm releasing a new full high quality edited video every 2 weeks, and shorts going up there every weekday. And then I stream every week. I mainly do Zelda challenge runs for Breath of the Wild, and once May hits, Tears of the Kingdom. So I'm going to be doing a lot of I do a lot of Zelda content, but I do a hodgepodge of things. I love Nintendo. I also host a podcast with my buddy Micah, Nintendo Pals, and that is a man. What do you call it when it's 2 times a week? It's not bi-weekly because that's confusing, right?
Twice weekly, double fortnightly. I don't know.
Yeah, so twice a week. Nintendo Pals, the best Nintendo podcast on the internet, besides maybe this one.
Whoa!
Listen, we don't come in here like that.
Andross this week. Thanks for joining us, Andross. Now back to what normally happens around here. It's where Seth and Lachlan and I just have a bunch of shenanigans. I've kicked them off the stream, but we have now the 3 of us are back. We haven't had the regular 3 of us in quite some time. I'm just kidding. Welcome back, buddy. Hi.
And
He leaves.
Now he left. Okay,
yeah, he gets it. He gets it. He has been listening to the Nintendo Drive. That's basically how it goes around here.
I like this show a lot. You guys are the best. I tease. I give Sean grief like every time I come on here. Listen, the real thing is I'm just bitter. Last time I came on the show was like right before Seth. Seth got hired full time here. I didn't. I failed the application process. I don't know what
can I tell you something? Not that I wouldn't have gone after Seth and Lachlan anyways, but Justin Masson fired a warning shot. He's like, "Don't you dare." He's like, "I know what you're thinking. Don't you dare." He said, "Andross is mine." Yeah. Yeah, he got real paternal about it.
I'm already over there. I'm an intern.
The boy is mine.
I actually live in Justin's basement. I do the mail over there.
Yeah, he got all Michael Jackson about it. The gosh damn boy is mine.
Exactly. I'm glad you caught that.
Jamona.
Oh my God. Jamona. Holy cow.
We have fun though. We have fun. And
we have fun here.
Yeah. One of these days we'll get Justin Masson comes on the show every once in a while.
Once in a while.
But maybe he can just park on the side for a little bit. And it's Andross's time. Andross!
It's my time. Andross, do a barrel roll.
Only I have the brains to rule the Lilat system.
No Star Fox today, y'all.
I know. Well, yeah. I mean, I'm even wondering, we shouldn't even approach this like a normal Nintendo Drive, right? Do we need to talk about what we've been playing? Does anybody care what we've been playing?
It doesn't
I've
matter.
been playing a lot of Game Boy Advance and Game Boy games.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, maybe they come up as we go through all the things. I will say I have deleted all my other files for Fire Emblem 3 Houses, and I've started over. And I'm playing. That's all I'm playing. I have chosen. I wanted to let you know that I had 5 games on a Google wheel, the random selection wheel.
Yeah.
And one of those games was also Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Another game was Dying Light 2 on PC. Another one was Sonic Frontiers. And I'm forgetting the other one. Oh, Spider-Man Miles Morales. And then Fire Emblem, Xenoblade. And spun the wheel and Fire Emblem won it. I'm like, oh, that was... What if I do best of 5? What if I do 5 and see
you were not
what
happy
happens?
with the outcome,
I was, but I wasn't I'm like, it's just one spin. I just wanted to see if I do 5, what shows up the most. And 3 out of the 5 spins, even though those other games had their chances, was 3 houses. And I'm like, man, that's the sign I was looking for. 3 out of 5, 3 houses. We're going with Fire Emblem. I'm putting on my reading glasses, my magnifying glasses, my binoculars, Seth, so I can see this text. And it's a lovely game. What music, but I'm not very far into it. And now I just bought Metroid Prime, which we'll get on into, and I'm all conflicted all over again. I had my life sorted out for 15 seconds, and then Lachlan and I checked out the Nintendo Direct, which people can watch our reactions. I gotta say, Lachlan, I had a lot of fun watching that with you today.
That was so much fun. And sorry for headphones users because Sean is yelling. And
Right now? Am I too loud for you guys right now?
No. During the Nintendo Direct
the
reaction.
Oh, Pikmin, right off the bat.
Just in comparison to me and him, Like we've got the volume levels figured out now,
Now,
but we didn't have it then. So Sean is going to be very loud and I'm going to be very quiet. And then Bad Bit like comes in too. So
yeah.
He's got that beautiful voice.
I want people to know, I don't know, Andross, if you have a different feeling on this, but like I put it out there when we go live and we stream, and I let the audience know if something is up with audio, let me know. I want to know. And I think people are like, they're trying to be kind. I don't know. Like, shy. Please let me know, you know? Or if you're not noticing, then maybe just pay attention, you know?
Maybe you're not paying attention to the audio, then pay attention.
Because like, would have been nice to know.
Maybe lay off the Q-tips, you know?
Yeah, if you can't notice me screaming.
What do you mean by that? Because people say that all the time. Like
I've never heard this saying before. What is lay off the Q-tips? You snap it on them like pretzel sticks.
Don't jam the wax.
Yes,
I gotcha.
Yes.
I don't.
Yes, Sean.
You can't jam the wax in. It doesn't clean it out. It jams it in there.
What do you think is going on in there? It comes out on the Q-tip. What do you think is happening in there?
Doctors say that it's bad to use Q-tips because yes, earwax does come out, but you're also jamming a bunch of it in your ear. I used to use them religiously all the time. And yeah, no, not anymore. Not anymore.
I hear just fine.
They do have the.
I still clean my ears, but differently.
Yeah, you can't use. You're not supposed to.
They have.
So what are you doing now?
Other ways of doing it. You can do like the candle wax thing, and it can come out, or the.
I'm sorry. You can pour. Yeah, let me not push candle wax down.
The confused and offended look on Seth.
You put your head to the side. There's like a hole. You put a candle in your ear. You light it on fire, and then the wax is.
Y'all are ridiculous. I'm sorry. That's crazy.
You're making this up. This is fake.
No, it's a thing. YouTube it. You know, search box, all the things. I mean,
anybody can make a YouTube video.
Look at the earwax drive now. You're welcome.
That's what George Stapleton just said. That's amazing.
There you go.
I'm sorry. That makes zero sense to me. Anyways, getting off the earwax.
Meditation makes sense. Earwax in your ears to get the earwax out of your ears doesn't make sense.
It sure doesn't. Like, I don't know what to tell you. It didn't sound less crazy laying it out like that. Holy cow, you guys.
Bowsah says, did I just stumble into the post show? Yeah, we don't know what's going on.
It is post show energy. We don't know what's going on. Oh my gosh. So okay. Does anybody want, before we dive into this, does anybody want to shout out anything in particular that you've been playing? Anything like special just before we dive straight into this direct? Anything?
Oh, yes, I did. This week, I played The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild while guided by Chat GPT. So I had I had Chat GPT on the side here, and I was like, okay, I just woke up in the Shrine of Resurrection. What do I do? And I just would follow its guidance like that. I've been really having a lot of fun integrating like AI stuff with my streams. I've done I've had lists generated of challenges to do and stuff. So yeah, that was a lot of fun.
And the AI was your co-host. It was pretty good.
Yeah. Actually, our last episode of the podcast, I needed a last minute co-host, so I had Chat GPT talk about E3 with me.
And it did a pretty good job, actually.
It did it really good. It made me a little concerned. You know, how long?
So replaceable.
Oh, definitely.
You know.
Well, I think it's smart. Befriend the AI that will take over the world. Like you'll be one of the first friends, and like we will spare him. The one with the beard and the Canadian.
He is my Nintendo pal.
It's the future version of making friends of the strange ones in the back of the classroom, but it's the AI.
Yeah, they just want to be understood and included.
That's something, and I also want to highlight. I've been playing a lot of No Man's Sky on the Nintendo Switch.
Oh,
I got the
there you go,
for
Lachlan.
that for Christmas.
Your favorite game.
Lachlan's really good at it.
Oh, I'm the best.
He's great.
It didn't take me an hour to land my plane, as I said earlier today, but ship is what I meant to say.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. I just finished the like base computer, which is like teaches you how to craft things. I got like a lunar rover. I'm just excited. There's so much you can do. And I don't know, it really preys on my love for open world and exploration. It's just
Well,
The universe.
I'm playing it
huge.
in creative mode, or I played it in creative mode, so no enemies shall pass me because I'm not gonna deal.
Oh my gosh. I skipped over to a universe or like a galaxy right next to mine, and it was awful. I just kept getting attacked by everything. And so I just went back to my my starting planet. I'm like, I'm just gonna go back to where I know and I'm comfortable.
Yeah.
My poisonous planet that's killing me all the time. But yeah, that's
Cozy.
that's home. That's home.
Can you build telescopes in No Man's Sky? Like, can you build like observatories and like look at other galaxies far away and go like that one? I want to go over there.
I don't know.
What are you laughing about? Why wouldn't you want to have like telescopes? And
Sorry,
You
it
should
just
have-
the cadence of it was like a little kid asking you, like, can you build telescopes in No Man's Sky? It's just sorry.
Do you expect anything
They're running-
different? It's space.
I love space.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can do that. There's so much to do. Like it just feels so big, and like I have so much left to discover in it. And I'm like 9-10 hours in now. So
I just feel like it might be good to, have a gander across the galaxy instead of having to drive on over or
To
fly your
check it out.
plane to go like,
Yeah.
oh, this planet sucks. You might want to,
Tom
hire
Servo
some
says you cannot.
scientists.
Yeah.
You cannot
Tom
do
Servo
that.
says
I
you
want
can't.
telescopes. I want a James Webb Space Telescope just floating out somewhere between the moon and the sun and just checking out stuff.
they're
Let me
updating
ask
it
you
pretty
this about it,
regularly.
though.
So
Let me ask you this, Andross. Were the buttons reversed when you went to land
That is a good question.
your plane?
is this like
Like-
in reference to
What?
Lockleth having a hard time or what?
Hey,
I
now. Were you
don't-
playing it on the Switch?
yeah.
Okay.
Is it inverted controls?
Yeah, like the X and the Y are opposite on the Switch. Like they tell you in the settings what to do, and it's the
Oh.
opposite when you actually do it. You might have just been doing it without realizing it, but I
yeah,
actually
I didn't
noticed
I
it.
didn't like
Mm.
look at the instructions necessarily.
Oh, I needed all the instructions. I didn't know what I was
But
doing.
I
I'm
wanted
pretty
to
sure.
know.
I mean, I didn't know what I was doing, so I definitely did for at least the first landing and takeoff. So I don't think it was.
Just a
Next time I
natural
play-
space adventurer.
Next time I play, I'm gonna have a camera on my controller and be like, "Look, Seth, I'm pressing this button. It's
No,
doing
it's not
what
that I
this
don't
is
believe you.
saying."
No. I totally believe you. But I
Mhm.
Man,
just
so
this is
you
the
got
first
this
time
game-
we've had.
Wait, so Lockleth got this game on Switch as well?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Good to get some like multiplayer going. It apparently has really cool online multiplayer.
It's not in there yet, right? On Switch.
It's not for Switch, no.
Oh,
Yeah.
sad.
It's for
sad.
everything
I didn't know
else.
that.
I was thrilled. I was like, I don't want people
Sorry.
seeing my bad landing skills. That was awful.
Made for a good montage. I liked it.
That's about it. Yeah. I like it.
It's
I
fun.
like it.
It's fun.
Neat.
It's corn.
Anywho, I didn't mean to take over the show talking about the Andross games I play, but yeah, that's
This is
No,
this
yeah.
is the show. Like
This is the show.
Yeah.
You
No,
the
did
fact that
I
we're
wanna-
recording
I
it
get
is
into the
incidental,
direct.
really.
I want to talk about the direct. I've been like dying all day. Like I need to podcast right now.
I needed a
Let's do
rest
it.
from it. I was lightheaded.
Me too.
You guys. And also I kind of spent some of the time checking out other people's reactions. And I don't know if there's ever a way for us to do this. I know Seth, you guys did it over at All In, and Donnie was excited to do it at PSVG, and Andross, you guys are doing it at Nintendo Pals, and the Nintendo dads are doing their thing, and Drew's doing his thing on the other side of the planet. But man, wouldn't it be cool to just gather together, all 20 of us?
Everybody.
And just,
Right.
and I know it'd be a mess. It would probably be terrible. Whatever. But one of these times, I don't know. I don't know. If we can just put the whole let's get the
all for that.
15 views on our YouTube channel. Yeah, let's go for it. And nuts to that.
The
Let's-
Nintendo Direct, the screen for us to all watch is so small because
would be
there's so many of us. And then the Direct, and
Yes.
everyone's
Box surrounded.
Like a
I
stand.
Bowser's
think
on
that
her
would be
phone
amazing.
trying to watch and she can't see.
Man, I was picturing the Smash Bros directs that
Everyone is here.
everybody in the same room. We all like.
That's what I'm thinking.
We all get and we watch it on a big projector, and we all like lose our minds.
Well,
What if
also
one of these dropped during Extra Life? That'd be so sick. Like if they did.
that's
one of
just
these
it.
during-
That's what I
Such good
mean.
Timing.
Yeah, because like there's some games that showed up today that Lachlan and I are like, I don't know what's happening right here. Like, where's Ryan Turfer?
like,
oh, I know.
Ryan.
We're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that.
I even needed. I felt
What's
like
up, Hobie?
Seth would have known some of them. I was like, "What is?" This?
Oh, he knew at least one. He's not happy with us.
I'm not happy one bit.
Why are you
I'm
surprised?
salty.
Like, why are you surprised?
I guess I should. I'm
Is
a
it Ghost
little...
Trick?
Yes, it's
Probably.
Ghost Trick.
Yeah, yeah. I
didn't
only know this game exists because I listened to Seth. But I was like so hyped, and
I
I'm
made
very sad because I watched a whole playthrough of it, thinking it's never going to come to a platform I will be
I
playing.
know.
I could have played it. Now I know everything that happens. I'm so sad, but that's okay.
I made the thumbnail, and that was Seth's suggestion was
My
to
one
add that little
request.
dog, and I was like, "What?" I didn't even know it was going to be a dog. You just told me the name, and I was like, "Oh, it's a dog."
Oh, it's a cute dog. His name's Missile, and he's based on the creator Shu Takumi's actual dog, and he's the best boy.
Best character.
Yeah.
Best character.
Yeah, he's the best boy. Yeah, I was upset, but anyways, where do y'all want to start? Because the direct opened up with Pikmin. Pikmin 4 is how it opened up, and I'm curious because I saw Sean and Lachlan's reaction. Y'all are very excited about this. Andross, where do you land on Pikmin 4?
I'm excited. I'm excited. I think
Yeah.
it looks really good. Maybe not as like new
Choose
as I was
your
kind of
words
thinking.
carefully.
But it just looks like more Pikmin, right? It doesn't
Sure.
look like it doesn't look that different to me. And I guess the perspective, you're down lower, but I mean it doesn't
Right.
really change much, it feels like. But I'm okay with that. Pikmin's great. Pikmin's great.
Yeah.
I'm really pumped for it.
Look at this.
I think
This is awesome.
my wife is more excited for that game than me though, because she played through all of 3, and
Yeah.
I mean, it's just it looks
What is
great.
that nice noodles looking thing there, dude?
It looks like a water bottle, but it shoots fire.
Anyway, if anybody is listening to this on your audio feeds, you should really check out youtube.com/carpoolgaming.
Because
where
you'll
we do this
see.
live, and now we have this fancy setup, and we can actually like look at this stuff live as we're talking about it. Sean and Lachlan, you guys, I feel like I'm like probably the lowest on Pikmin 4 here. I think it looks cool. I think it looks great. I like Pikmin fine, but it's not like a huge. I'm not like a massive Pikmin fan. I like it. I've
That
played
really
them,
surprises me because I feel like this is weird Nintendo. Like this is
It
like
is.
like a strange kind of take on almost like a real-time strategy game, almost like a little bit of a micromanaging sim kind of thing. And so I'm surprised that you're not like totally in on this, Seth, because it's like wild and wacky. I think it's gorgeous to look at, actually, and ridiculously cute. They throw a dog in this thing that you can have as like a pet that you can control, that you can jump on its back and it swims in the water, in the puddles and everything. This looks great. And who cares if it's taken 14 years for us to get this thing? I feel like this is landing at a wonderful time. And I also think that it was a great way to start the direct. Like this is big enough to kick things off, but they could still, and I don't know, maybe we chat about like the ending as well. We got I was gonna say Breath of the Wild. We got the Tears of the Kingdom. And so I feel like this was actually a better start than the end was for an end, if that makes any sense. Like we kind of already knew about that game. This was a reveal actually for Pikmin. All we had before this was a t-shirt, and a very handsome and smiley man wearing it.
Brief little teaser before, right? This is actual. We're seeing the boss fight right now.
Terrifying.
Like this weird tardigrade Bulborb looks awful.
Yeah, I was saying when we watched this, like this is actually a horror game. Like this is all cute and everything, but it's horrifying to leave any Pikmin behind. And then the night falls and all the creatures come out, and you're like, oh, you left them for dead, you monster.
Well, and it looks like now you can play during the nightfall as well.
Yes,
at the very end.
We're seeing here on the trailer now. I think it's about to cut to it, but you see the little like star bits on the ground. It looks like you can now play during the Nightfall. And maybe it's high risk, high reward because you get the whole like Blood Moon Rises moment with the Bulbor Pier. Yeah.
Terrible. Terrible.
And he's and July 21st, 2023 is the date.
Perfect.
That is sooner than I thought, actually.
Yep.
I thought this was going to be fall. I thought this was like going to be November, October. This is actually sooner than I thought. So
did we get anything much further? We got another one on the 28th, which is my birthday, and I'm very excited about that. We'll get to that. But I feel like we didn't get any much further into the year, which is also a hallmark. Yeah. Yeah. Like
dates? No.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. That's good. I like that. Good job, Nintendo. But I think this looks great. I'm day one. I'm just declaring this right now. I am day one on Pikmin 4. And everybody who's like, I don't know, you will be day one as well. Mark my words.
No, I am. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna play it. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm absolutely gonna play it. Don't get me wrong. It's just I'm not like a 10 out of 10. I'm like an 8 out of 10.
That's fair.
You know.
So I think where I fall is I've never played a Pikmin game before. So I played Tinykin. I played Tinykin, which was, you know, they obviously took a lot of inspo from Pikmin, I assume, just based on the name and that whole game. Sure. Loved Tinykin. So this is exactly like that. And then you battle these weird creatures and you have a doggo. Hello? Yeah. Come on.
You have a doggo.
Sold.
Yeah, that's a big part of it. You know what, though? What I will say, speaking of Tinykin, I'm really glad you brought that up because I hope this game takes one huge thing from Tinykin. And that is the brilliant thing about Tinykin was it auto changes your Tinykin depending on the situation. Mm-hmm. So if it's a situation where you use red Tinykin, it'll just auto change you. It's so seamless and perfect, and that's exactly what I want from Pikmin. Yeah, that is exact. I hope they do that because, like, yeah, I think there's just that little barrier for me where it's like just a little too micromanagey for me. Like I kind of wish it was all just streamlined and clean in Pikmin. But you know, I do like it. There's a little bit of a wall of glass, I feel like, between me and it. So maybe this is the one. Like maybe this is the one where I become like a Pikmin super fan. But yeah, I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play that.
I got the shirt.
Did you really?
Did
the Miyamoto shirt.
Yeah, I got the Nintendo store. You were there with me.
Yeah, you got everything in the store. You bought one of everything.
I was.
Did you buy the Linkin Park shirt
for Micah? For Micah, I got that one.
Like Linkin Park. Yeah.
So good.
My
it's
gosh,
so good.
That's good.
Yeah, Wind Waker, Linkin, Central Park. Oh, so great.
Link in Park.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of Link, should we talk about Tears?
Tears.
Oh my gosh, I'm so hyped. I'm so hyped for this game.
Yeah, man.
This trailer was insane. It's insane.
Yeah.
It's like missiles launching from the moon, nuking the kingdom, and Ganondorf's voice.
Can't even handle it.
His voice threw me off. I was like, I think my eyes got big when he started talking. I was like, oh my god.
It's Matt Mercer.
Talk some more, please.
Matt Mercer's the voice.
Whoa.
Okay, Ganna. This is post show right now.
Listen,
oh man.
Yeah, this was a cool trailer.
The vehicles.
Yeah,
right.
There's a car.
The car.
That was my thought watching this. I'm like, hang on. Is this Zelda like nuts and bolts right now? Was my thought. It reminded me so much of Banjo-Kazooie nuts and bolts.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, even there, totally that part in the trailer where there's like bokoblins like mining. I'm like, what is the deal with that? That's new. And they're like, what would they be doing? Yeah. There was a big dragon thing on the bridge. I didn't see that the first time. Micah was like, I want to fight that thing.
It's like a 3-headed dragon thing, it looked like, right?
Yes, there's like all these new enemies that it just teased in here. There's like a bigger bokoblin.
Unicorn bokoblins.
There's those like flying pterodactyl monster things.
Hot air balloon, I think.
This is one of those you want to like watch it frame by frame. This is one of those kind of trailers. Afro bokoblins. Look at this, man. It's just, I mean, the thing with me was coming into this, and this is a great trailer, don't get me wrong, but I definitely was like, I didn't need to see this out of this game. What I needed was like, just give me some sort of like hard cut info, come in for a big direct, a dedicated direct or something like that, and that's fine. I like that they reconfirmed the date because everybody was online saying, "Oh, it's going to get delayed," and it's not. We're in it now. Look at this with this glider.
Yeah.
There's actually almost too much here. It's amazing. Like this could have easily been like a 10-minute spot to really get into. Like it was like there's a vehicle here and there's a new ability here and there's these new enemies here and I think there's this weird kind of gooey stuff kind of chasing after Link there. Like there's a lot happening here and even like a little bit of story hinted at as well. And I just don't. I think that the internet as a collective, we need a little bit more time to kind of like unpack this. Because there is so much going on, but maybe to your point, Seth, like, I mean, I'm already day one. All they got to kind of like keep me up to date, Miyamoto, that this thing is still on track. I don't know, like everybody just keeps saying it's May. That's all good. But what I will say is that it could have been that it looked like it ran not so well. And I would say this looks like it runs perfectly fine. It looks exactly as I would have expected it to. It looks gorgeous. And I just I really can't wait to play it. Second chance. Post show reference.
Right, John 32. Post show reference. Yeah, totally right.
There's a hot air balloon in there, a drone. Flying drone.
And it's like it's like tying these things together with like a weird like tail or something. And that's in the imagery too, which I think is a reference to that like Zonai, that ancient like Zonai. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about, Andross. From Breath of the Wild.
Well, I'm in on the Zonai lore.
Yeah. On the Zonai lore. That seems like what we're going for here. But yeah, I was a little bit like I was like, okay, like, and we got the day they're having one amiibo, which is kind of weird to me, just one amiibo. And then they didn't show off hardware, even though we had that like leaked OLED or whatever. Like that was odd to me. I was kind of expecting that to be here.
Yeah.
But no Zelda special edition.
Right?
Oh no, there is special edition. But not
for
OLED.
the hardware. Yeah.
But there is a special edition of the game, and they did in a follow-up tweet say that Amiibo can unlock certain functionality, will give you helpful material and weapons, and can change your glider. So if you've got like the Loftwing Amiibo, like I have here, this is the only Amiibo I own. But
that's your only Amiibo?
Yeah. Until this one comes out, I will be buying this one. But you can use these to change the color of your glider to match like the game they're from.
What's going on with his hand? It looks like he's got an elastic band wrapped too tightly around and his hand is turning blue. What is going on here?
I thought it was glowing.
Yeah,
well, I'm making
really
I'm just warning people don't like cut off the circulation to your hands with anything, you guys.
Yeah.
Be safe.
If you go back to the very last scene in the trailer, you see his hand is like black dead.
Yep.
And they've shown enough of teases to like that's kind of what's happening. You know, like he does something that kills his hand and then gets some magic Link powers.
It's gonna be dark, man. This is maybe more like Twilight Princess dark. Like
I got Majora's Mask.
Majora's Mask.
Look at that moon. I'm fully expecting it to turn around and there to be a big old face.
Oh no! God help us all.
That'd be amazing.
Oh,
well, what it seems like, because we see even in the very very first teaser for this game before it even had a name, Ganon's like body or whatever is being held down by this green hand, right? And he's kind of like being held at bay by that. There is some sort of inciting incident whenever Zelda and Link are down there fiddling around or whatever, and that's going to like release Ganon, and the hand is going to like graft itself onto Link. But Zelda is like talking to it in this trailer, or talking to somebody to help Link. So it's really interesting. I'm gonna be like really interested to see where they go with the story of this one.
Seth,
as always, I love Zelda.
Would you have been more excited if you would have seen the little bit about that you mentioned, like Zelda running down a corridor?
Yes. Oh yeah. That's my big. I do think that we'll get playable Zelda in a scene in this game. That's what I think. At some point during the story. But to Tom Servo's point, I think the arm is essentially replacing the Sheikah Slate. Like I think it's basically your new sort of hub for your abilities and powers and stuff like that in the game. And one thing that I thought was interesting too, in all of these trailers, we have not seen like shrine interiors, right?
That's
Like,
what
we
I
haven't
was
really seen anything
thinking.
like that. Yeah.
Well, you couldn't even see the exteriors either. Like I feel like a lot of people are really wondering about dungeons overall in this.
Yeah.
Like, is there any way that we kind of go back to the old days of dungeons? But I don't know. I actually don't know what I want. I like the shrines from Breath of the Wild.
I do too.
But that's still to come. We'll see.
I think what I would like is the shrines again, like things like that, but maybe some more variety in the interior design of those, because I think that was the main problem and what people complain about. They're like, oh, they all look the same, and then because like the divine beasts were bigger dungeons, right? Like those,
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
dungeons.
were,
Mhm.
but they all kind of looked the same.
Right.
So if they just give it more personality, I think people wouldn't complain so much about, oh, we don't have our classic Zelda dungeons. Because
Well, now
They
this
are.
game won't be held back by the Wii U. They can just make it exclusively for the Switch.
Right. Yeah. It would be weird, right? If we get shrines and it's just like, yeah, like we found some more of them. They were hiding out. Like they just cropped back up.
They're up in the
you
sky
know?
too.
Yeah.
Sky Shrine.
I guess so, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it is, I did think that like when we were going to get another dose of information on this, I thought we would see more sky stuff. Like we get that one shot
Yeah.
of him kind of looking over the sky, and that's like about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
Still a
it just feels
mystery.
weird.
I was really
I,
hoping for some more features, functionality to be shown
It was
off.
coy.
Yeah.
Because we really have, like, I've seen a lot of commentary that's like, oh, well, I don't want to see too much more because it's spoiler. Like I don't want to see too much more spoilers.
Right.
But I just
Ye-
think that like this whole, like, for how much they've shown, I know nothing about this game. I know nothing other
Right.
than it's Breath of the Wild, but there's some sky stuff. So I was hoping, because there's rumors out there that there might be some like Dark Souls like functionality with some, like, you can leave messages for other players.
That'd be
That'd be
great.
cool.
Like, and there's rumors playable Zelda has been a rumor for a long while.
Let's see that.
Hey, I want to see the hook shot real bad. That's what I want that
Oh,
back.
your hand's 1,000% gonna zoom in like a hook shot. That's totally gonna happen. Yeah.
I please.
1,000%.
Then this is just, Spider-Man Zelda, right? Like,
Yeah.
because that was awesome
okay
in
with that.
Twilight Princess. That was awesome. Anywho,
Yeah.
I for how much they've shown, we know nothing. I know
So
like
true.
so little about the story, so little about what is going on. It's just like, I don't know. It's like watching a movie through the blinds. You're like, hey, what's going on in there? I can't actually see.
Yeah,
I'm seeing
Wilson.
little glimpses. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
don't know
you
what's
do your
going on.
Wilson moment. Can we something that I think has been a big talking point over the past 24 hours about Zelda is the price. $69.99 US,
Nice.
which they sort of just dropped. They didn't say anything about it. Just, hey, Zelda's going to be $10 more expensive. And I'm really curious where everybody's kind of coming down on this, because all the other retailers sort of like panic removed their listings and then relisted after the direct, saying, okay, yeah, cool, confirmed, and we're going to charge $69.99 for it. Like, that's what the deal is with Zelda. But it doesn't seem to be the case with other Nintendo games. Pikmin 4, $59.99 still, to my knowledge. It was when I looked at it right before we started recording. So,
And
like,
Metroid Prime
'cause
was 40.
yeah, and
Deal
that
of the
was
day.
40,
Yeah.
right? So
yeah.
it was interesting to me that, like, this one, it's not like a new price standard. Like, just Zelda is $10 more for reasons. Like, that's just,
Because you'll
I
pay
don't
for
know.
it.
I mean,
That's
yeah.
why.
It's just
Can I be
odd,
honest
like,
with you?
no
I'm glad you brought
communication.
Pikmin into the mix there. I like this better. Does it feel, and it's going to feel like gouging because, yeah, it's Zelda and that's a big deal and they know you'll pay for it. That does feel kind of gross. However, I like maybe that this is a sign that Nintendo will go, some are more expensive than others, rather than just the games that we make are this price, regardless of
Right.
their scope and scale, demand. Like, I just think that that's actually kind of dumb, to be honest with you. Like, if you just go
Yeah.
into Xbox or PlayStation land, where it's like, all new games that we make are $80, whatever the number is. And it's like, well, not all games are that huge. Not all games are that like high in demand. Like, it actually doesn't make any sense. The more that you really think about it, it makes very little sense that there's just this set price. But in the short term, I think people go, ooh, yeah, to your point, it doesn't feel good to be paying more for something that I want more. But that's kind of how like pricing works. You generally pay more for things that are in higher demand and are bigger, or maybe there's more value attached to it. So I'm curious to see a couple more. I want to see where they go with this. But I don't know, man. Get your vouchers. I've got my vouchers already. It seemed like that's going to work for this.
Yeah, it's eligible. Mm-hmm.
So maybe you just get around the whole conversation altogether, except for anybody who wants those physical.
Yeah,
wants to have their physical.
Like, I want physical.
Well, you will pay
I'm
for
paying,
that
yeah,
material.
I'm paying double because I'm getting the special edition.
Yeah. So tell me, because the special edition for me was a total miss personally. For me, it's like it's a steelbook, an art book, a couple of pins, and a poster, right? And it's like $130 US. And to me, I was like, I don't know about all that. Like that not for me, fam. For me, I'm like, the original game had a Master Sword with it for that price. You know what I mean? And I don't know, like it just doesn't. Don't get me wrong. Like I love Zelda, it's my favorite franchise, but that did not do it for me. That collector's edition.
Yeah, especially compared to the first game special edition was just way better.
How big is the art book?
It looks
it's
pretty
probably
heavy.
big. Yeah, it looks sizable, you know. And I love a good art book, but it's like $130. Like I don't know, man.
Yeah, I don't typically get a lot of collected editions, to be honest with you. I feel like they're really like they're very expensive, you know, and I spend my money as dumb as it is. But yeah, it does seem like not very much. I just kind of go like, ooh, steelbook. Like I like that. That's kind of almost enough for me. But I mean, it's like a piece of tin, like to be honest. Like it's not really.
Put your Altoids in it.
Yeah.
I've actually never
The orange Altoids
shaking around in there.
I've actually never purchased a special edition, and the only reason I'm purchasing the only reason I'm purchasing is because like this is a special occasion, right? For me,
right.
This is the sequel to my favorite game of all time. I wish that I had got the Zelda special edition when it first came out, and so this is sort of like I didn't jump in on it then. Now I have money and can. It's like
we'll miss out now. Yeah.
And so I think that justifies it to me. But
it's the amiibo for me. I'll spend that much on amiibo. Like if they have like 5 more, I'll literally spend the exact same dollar amount on all the amiibo. They could have 10 and I'll buy all of those. And I'm not even, I wouldn't even, this is how dumb I am with my money. Like I won't even add it up. I don't want to know how much that is. I'll just figure it out later.
I'm afraid to ask. I'm actually afraid to ask. I don't want to know.
I don't want to know. Yeah.
Do y'all know how many Squishmallows I have? I don't.
Exactly.
I didn't total that up, but I don't want to know.
There's real money and then there's Squishmallow money.
Exactly.
It's different money.
Big baller going to Walgreens because they're more expensive there.
Jeez. Well, and
I got kids I could put to work, Sean. You know? What?
Put them to work, man. I like the point you made, though, about how these things should probably scale. Like, realistically, right?
I think
so. These prices should... And this is how it was when we were kids.
Totally.
There were some Super Nintendo games that were more expensive.
I didn't like that. That's not... I don't want to go back to that.
Well, like, again,
you don't like it.
You don't like when the games are expensive, but wasn't it nice that not every game was that highest price point? Like that was kind of nice. You're like, ooh, I can afford this one. I remember those days very clearly.
Can go both ways.
And it was on Game Boy especially. Like, ooh, that one is $30. I'm totally getting that game instead of the $50, $60 games. Like I was all over that bargain bin hunting and everything, but for new games. So yeah, I don't like that every game is. I don't think we've ever thought of it in that way. That there's a game that brand new should be not the maximum price.
Yeah. And also we're talking about an extra $10 also. So, you know.
I know.
Petty
that's
money.
so
Petty
true.
money.
You know, so like skip the Big Mac maybe for lunch one day and like you're
over
good.
Here at the Carpool Patreon, we can afford these $10.
Oh yeah, by the way. Patreon.com/carpoolgaming. Please, God.
Yeah,
we need this plastic.
Please,
we need you now more than ever, please.
Have that voiceover. So
just begging.
So relating to just please for the love of
straight
God.
Up begging.
Relating to something that didn't launch at full price, we alluded to it a little bit earlier, but guys, Metroid Prime Remastered
Oh boy.
It's real.
Shadow
I can't
dropped.
believe it.
Not only is it real, poor Jeff Grubb lost his hair over this because it was a few months out from when he said it would be.
What do you mean?
But it's real. You didn't hear about this? So he bet that it would be at the September Direct or he would shave his head. And it wasn't. So he had to shave his head.
Someone at Nintendo listens to their show. It's like,
but then at the next Direct, here it is, and it's shadow dropped. So yeah, what a crazy announcement that was. Like that to me, I was like, we're living in crazy world right now, dude. Like, not only is it real, but it's out today and it's not full price. It's $40, and it's getting a physical. Like, so cool. There's Sean. Bye, Sean. Yeah, there he is.
What's happening?
I'm just like you guys. I don't mean to. It was exactly the opposite of what I was meaning to do. I would take myself out. I'm trying to find it I'm scrubbing on the YouTube. But now since you called it out, let's like halt the conversation so I can just kind of explain what I was doing, and then hopefully at the end of this explanation, you can remember what you were talking about before we went into this whole thing.
Metroid, it's real cool.
He goes again.
He's ghosting us, y'all. He's ghosting us live on youtube.com/carpoolgaming.
So did you guys pick it up? Did you guys pick up Metroid?
No, not yet, but I will.
Not yet. Yeah, I plan to at some point. I just am loaded right now with games to play, and this is an urgent buy and purchase for me, even though I want the Metroid series to do really well. But, I was part of the Buy Metroid Dread Day 1 to save the series. Those campaigns. Everybody's like, please buy Metroid Dread. I can't wait another 20 years for... I don't know. Where's 4?
Yeah.
Dude, I can't find it in this dang Direct. Where the heck is it? I'm trying to find keep scrubbing through. I can't find this stupid thing.
It's all good.
We're all out of
Sean,
order.
you picked it up, right?
Yeah, well, this is why you shadow drop, is because it captures my I forego all thinking about it. Like, do I buy it? Do I not buy it? Like what I just talked about last week with Fire Emblem, out the window. I'm like, well, they shadow dropped it, so I must buy it, right? Like that's what we're all doing it. We're doing the thing. We're rushing to the digital store and
everyone's doing it.
Everyone's doing it. I like completely get caught up in the thing.
Thing to do.
Well,
you don't do it. You're lame.
I feel lame. I'm like, how can I miss out on this? I just got excited live on the internet that I was pumped about this thing. So I guess I should follow through with that at the very least.
Now I have to.
And I've never played it before. My thoughts on the GameCube overall have been well documented on this here show, and I missed this one. And I will tell you, I'm at the very first save checkpoint. I've turned it into a ball. I've scanned some things. I've fired some rockets. I've opened some doors, and this game looks really good. And I cannot wait to play more. I wish I had more of a chance to play more before tonight. But I bought the thing. I did I did what Nintendo manipulated me to do. Okay. They had me sit in front of the thing and like, it's available now. I'm like, well, if I don't buy it now, I'm just a dumb idiot. So I didn't want to be a dumb idiot. I bought the game as Nintendo instructed. So there you go. I got an email from Nintendo, like whatever, a couple hours after the Direct, and it's like, now announcing Metroid, and it's like, you guys, I already bought it. What do you think I am, some sort of schmuck? Like I'm already playing this game. And I was worried. I fired it up, and the only controls from the main menu at the start was if you want to do like dual stick or classic or pointers, I think it was. And there's no like button mapping or inverted controls at the start. I'm like, oh no, what is Nintendo's return policy? Because if this thing ain't got inverted controls like Wind Waker, like this is a thing, then I was going to be in trouble. But got into the game. It's all there. It's all fine.
Someday, Sean, you're going to have to like join us, the rest of society.
Yeah.
Out of the inverted controls.
Yeah, I know you guys were going to say that. It's from the same people who are saying accessibility options, and man, it wouldn't be great if like all people could play games. And guess what, guys? My brain does the yank the stick back and you look up, you push it forward, you look down. That's how my brain works. And you're trying to be gatekeepy with this whole inverted thing. And that's all I got to say about that.
No, I want you to play however you want to play.
Thank you. Thank you, Seth.
You know, I mean that genuinely. I want you to play however you want.
See, this is why he was hired on here and I wasn't.
Right.
I'm not gonna agree with that.
So-
I'm not gatekeeping. You're gatekeeping.
How?
I will
I want just
say-
options.
They did the shadow drop, and then in 2 weeks we get a physical version. So that's what I'm waiting on. I gotta have my physical. I want to have it to have and to hold to pass on to my children. I want to put it on the shelf behind
You
me,
wanna touch it?
and look at it. Yeah, exactly. So I'm waiting on
Look
that.
at it. Well, because like the whole thing was kind of strange in that they were talking about like the sentence was like the longest sentence. I remember. It's like when I think about it, it's like happening in slow motion, where they're like the digital version of Metroid Prime Remastered release. I'm like, the heck are they talking about? Like just the digital version? Like what is
Right.
happening here? And then the shadow drop, and it all comes together, and that makes sense that the physical will come out later.
Because there will be people, I guarantee you, I almost did it. There will be people who buy it twice. That is
definitely
1000% going to happen. I very nearly did it today. I almost bought it and then was going to get the physical again. I was like, no, I cannot. I must stop myself. But I almost did it myself. So I
How
know
long
there
is
are
it?
going to be people who do it.
How long do I need to be playing this game for?
It's not the longest game in the world. It's probably 10, 12 hours. It's been many years since I've played it, but it's not that long.
Oh,
You
I
can
rolled
get through it
credits on
fairly-
Neon White, by the way. Man, I guess we'll talk about that next week.
Yes.
Next week.
Oh yeah,
next
I
week.
guess
We'll talk next
Yeah,
next
yeah,
week.
yeah. We can. Yeah. I know. It's a special week. It's a special week.
special week.
Celebration.
Yeah, we're like a day late too. So, like today's
Yeah.
Wednesday. Doesn't it feel like Tuesday? Like, oh my gosh, what's going on
It's
here?
not.
It's weird.
It's not.
It's weird. So, okay, probably the other big shadow drop was GB and GBA, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, shadow dropped on NSO. And man, this was a total surprise for me. I didn't see this coming today. We knew it was going to happen eventually, but I didn't see it coming today. And I'm real happy. I'm real happy, you guys. Yeah.
WarioWare. I'm so excited. I'm playing through it. I played so
Kirby's
much.
Dreamland.
That's what I've been doing up until the
Yes.
podcast started.
It's just so good.
I've
Man,
never played Mario Land.
Mario Land 2. Oh.
Wait, which Mario Land have you not played?
Both. Either.
Mario Land. So you've never played the 6 golden coins?
Nope.
A crime against the world. You
One of
must
the
play it
best games
immediately.
ever.
Yeah, that's
It
why
is one of my favorite games of all
Oh yeah,
time.
Tetris is here too. I forgot.
Yes.
Andross is loving Tetris on this thing.
Yeah, I mean it's fine. I just
I
like
thought you were a Nintendo pal. Andross.
Tetris is not a Nintendo game.
It is one of the definitive games for Game Boy. It
Yeah.
absolutely is.
Just ask Hillary
They had
Clinton.
a whole themed. Yeah, ask her.
Yeah, she was
They had
playing
a
it on the
whole
plane.
themed- Yeah. She was playing Pokemon Go also. Gargoyle's Quest. This is so.
This is
I can't
hype. I
believe
was
I'm watching this.
Game and Watch Gallery. I'm so pumped for this.
Can I?
This was a weird one.
One of the biggest
Glow in
things
the
that as I walked away from this, and they kind of just like they gave us a bunch of games, and they could have given us 2 games that I don't like, and I still would have been excited about this. The fact that there are
Mhm.
Game Boy games on Switch is phenomenal. And what we learned later, because as I watched the trailer, everything's popping up as Game Boy Color games. I'm like, well, what's that about? But you can switch it. You can
Yeah.
change it from regular old Game Boy to color to Game Boy Pocket, which had a better screen. You can go
Yeah.
throw out all 3 of those, and it's amazing. You can even go in there and I don't know if you did this, Andross, but you can have like a blurred kind of look, like to make it
Yeah,
look
yeah, I
like
messed
a
with them.
crappy old
Mhm.
screen, or just like kind of like a pixel perfect kind of thing. So we've cracked open the door on this.
Oracle games coming. That's so hype.
Oracle of
Yes.
Ages, Oracle Seasons are coming. The Pokemon trading card game, and then they do the Advance right afterwards. We thought this was going to be like maybe later. We thought Game Boy and Game Boy Color, Seth, I think is how we were predicting some of this stuff. I thought Game Gear was coming,
Yeah.
but maybe that's for another day. But dude, this is
it probably is
wild.
going to come eventually. But yeah, I just can't.
I just
believe
want
it.
to say, you're welcome, everybody. I was the sacrificial lamb that went and bought Minish Cap on the Wii U because I was like, well, it's not coming.
What was it, like
Oh, wow.
$8?
Yeah.
I mean, you'll-
yeah, and
it'll
then
be
I
all
also got the Oracle games.
right.
I
Quarter
don't-
in.
Yeah. I was like, man, So next we'll get Twilight Princess HD, which I just bought as well.
Well, there you go. I'm happy for that. Yeah, and this is wild too because this is a great batch of games for both. And there's some like notable omissions. I was really surprised that the Game Boy didn't have Donkey Kong. I was really surprised by that.
No Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong Land is that's a bit of a punch to the gut.
There's got to be a reason though.
Is it a rare thing? Like, is that why?
No,
they
didn't get it until
they just did GoldenEye.
No,
you're talking about
Donkey Kong Country.
Donkey Kong on the Donkey
Kong Land.
Either Donkey Kong Land or Donkey Kong 94, just regular
Donkey Kong 94. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
I want Land. That's what I want.
I want them both.
I want water. Oh wait, I've got some right here.
Jeez. Oh my goodness. Yeah, but this was crazy. And then to have GBA launch, you got games like Minish Cap, Mario and Luigi, WarioWare. Like, this is just a great batch of games. It's shadow dropped. Like, and the structure of it's interesting. And I can't remember if I said it on this. Look at that pick in the nose WarioWare. It's a classic. One of my top 10 favorite games of all time. This is like by far my favorite GBA game. And to have games like for GBA, like something like Golden Sun coming down the line, like some truly incredible games, man, coming to this thing.
I'm still hyped about Kirby's Dream Land. That was my game. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Do you think we'll see Pokemon?
It'd be interesting. I don't think there's any reason for us not to, honestly, except for the only reason I'd think we might not is because I almost wonder if the Pokemon company would do it themselves. If they would just bundle them on a Switch cartridge, like the classic versions of the game, and just sell it to you for $60. So maybe they're too valuable.
I see them doing that over this.
Yeah. Although it'd be really cool because the Pokemon Stadium games are coming. It'd be really cool if they put these on NSO and baked in the transfer functionality in the Pokemon Stadium. That'd be neat.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
I'm just watching this totally in awe. Like, I can't believe this is real. These are games, like when I think about like my nostalgia with Nintendo, it is the Game Boy. A lot of other people are NES, Super Nintendo, whatever else, but like it's Game Boy. And so like it's almost overwhelming. Like I said, they could have given us any games. It's just like that this system is now available. Games for the system are available on a console that is setting records, by the way. 120 some odd million, overtook the PS4.
Third best-selling console of all time now.
Unbelievable. So like most of the game, Alone in the Dark, I've never played that. Game and Watch, like whatever, dude. But like the game libraries here,
whatever. Game and Watch is like,
it's fine. I just don't know that people are going to be, firing up a stream with 1,000 people watching, or playing this game for 40 hours or anything. Like it's going to be fun for a romp. Wario Land 3 is the real deal, you guys. Like that's what we're here for. Kirby's Dream Land is really great too. All I'm trying to say is this is just a crack in the door, and the game libraries for this are so good. Like arguably better than NES. And I mean, I don't want to say Super Nintendo's got great library, but man,
better
the
first
potential
party
here,
libraries, I would say.
Definitely. And just you can imagine, like at least my mind kind of just goes a little bit crazy here in that like every couple of months ago, like this is the library where there's potential that we can actually be excited for an announcement for new games to be added to Game Boy on Nintendo Switch Online or Game Boy Advance. Like nobody is expecting anything to blow your hair back for any of the other game libraries. They're all done, like for the vast majority of them. I don't know if you guys have anything top of mind. Well, where you, like, what would you add that hasn't been added?
I mean, like there's the big kind of impossible, golden goose things like Mario RPG, Chrono Trigger, this kind of stuff. That's probably not going to happen. These are tied behind Square Enix licenses and blah blah blah. But like in to your point, like in terms of first party software libraries, like Game Boy and Game Boy Advance, these are like just rich, untapped veins of content that are just like waiting, and they can totally drop this stuff. I totally expect this to be, when we get drops, I don't think it's going to be like N64 where it's just one game. I think we're going to get 2 or 3 like they've been doing for NES and Super Nintendo.
Totally.
And we can get smaller, weirder stuff in with the big boys too. Like I love this. And I think it's really cool how they have structured it, because they're kind of saying without saying like, hey, NES and Super Nintendo, they're done. All right. But we're throwing you a bone because Game Boy is even in the basic subscription, and GBA is the one that's gated behind expansion pack. So for $20 a year to be able to get, I think it's still $20 a year to be able to get like NES, Super Nintendo, and now Game Boy is wild. Like that's a crazy value, right? So
I'm really surprised the way they structured it, just with the Game Boy Advance on expansion pack. Like I actually, this is one of the times that I quite like it. Like that makes a lot of sense to me. That for the base you get Game Boy, for the the better one, the more expensive one, the premium version, you get Game Boy Advance. That I like that, and I like that it was done at the same time. You can kind of just make your choice now if you're already on Switch Online plus expansion pack, which is a mouthful anyway. Then you're just getting a whole bunch of stuff. You're getting the Mario Kart stuff. You're not getting Splatoon 3 expansion pack, which I don't know how much we need to dive into that stuff, but that is the worst part of this entire direct. The Splatoon was garbage. I'm sorry, JB, and for anybody else who is sorry.
Sorry, JB.
Please explain to me why that's paid DLC. You can have a new town or an old. Actually, it's like from Splatoon 1 in Inkopolis.
Yeah,
like you're
Inkopolis,
that should not have been its own.
Not
wave.
Okay.
I'm okay. I think it's a really cool addition, and for fans of the series, that's really awesome. But I think it should have been bundled with that Wave 2 extra story stuff. Like it should be Wave 1, you get to go to a town and there's some more shopping. And hey,
with new characters,
run around the town.
New characters.
But there's no gameplay. That's not.
I was confused.
But Fred Crumbs, though. We have Fred Crumbs.
I mean, he is pretty cool. Fred Crumbs is
pretty good.
I found Metroid Prime on the stream. I found it.
Found it?
Yeah, looking for Splatoon.
And but that little snippet they teased of Wave 3 for Splatoon 3 with the like flashing to brains and paint artwork, and like that
was all like white,
really cool.
I wonder what the deal is with that. Is that going to be like a thing where it's like you have to like recolor the world or whatever?
I'm gonna guess, because I mean it's just begging to be painted. It's all white. It's gorgeous looking.
Well, and this is like the story DLC, right? This is like what they sort of teased like way back when they first announced the game. We're like it looks like brains that it like gives us a close up. I don't know what's going on, but I'm okay with it.
You're playing as an Octo Link,
so tell us.
This may be the like the follow up to the Octo expansion for Splatoon 2. So that's the same character potentially.
I had to look it up because this is $24.99, and here's what's weird about this, because I'm looking at it on the eShop right now. $24.99. This expansion pass comes with Wave 1 Inkopolis, Wave 2 Side Order, and battle boosting bonuses. I don't even know what that means. That's weird. Like some weird pay to win junk.
This is where Andross. Do you think there's two Seans? There's the Happy Sean and it was like angry, like grumpy, whatever. This is where Grumpy Sean comes out.
Mr. Hyde.
This is the not happy. This is what happens when you get 40 million people buying a game that doesn't really advance what it did the last time. This is as bare bones as it gets with the game itself. And then they go, oh, we'll give you an expansion pack for $25 that barely does anything. And you'll buy that too. It's the expectation of Splatoon is exactly where the Animal Crossing expectation is. Whatever. Just give us a game and we'll totally buy it in record numbers. There's nothing here. This is absolute hot trash in the summer. As the late great Bobby Pauls would say, it doesn't just stick out. I'm sorry, but like somebody explain to me why this like stands up next to literally anything else here. There's such great standouts, and this just looks like a wet rag, a soaking wet sock, a freezing cold hairnet that you accidentally swallowed for some reason. All bad things.
Is so specific. Have you accidentally swallowed a hairnet before, Sean?
I'm just saying it would be real bad.
Why he doesn't like cafeteria ladies.
Right. Sean's famous fear. So his famous fear of cafeteria ladies.
One of them
wasn't rectangular enough.
It's one of them.
The whole thing.
I just think this is like, I don't want to say lazy because it obviously takes a lot of effort to put these things together, but it could be better. And I just wish people wanted for more, you know?
I don't quite. I don't.
Of course you don't. You don't think anything Nintendo does is bad.
I felt like
it is.
I felt like past the Wave 1 and Wave 2 should have been combined. And that should be one bundle coming out of DLC. Because
I could live with that.
The Wave 2 looks like substantial story stuff.
Agreed.
They just gave a little tease of it, and I think that's enough to go, ooh, that looks fun. It's going to be more story, more levels to do. But yeah, the first wave, I wouldn't say it's lazy. I think it's cool for fans, but I don't think it's its own thing. That's the problem I have with this. I think that should be whatever. I don't know. I don't hate it. I'm not out here.
I agree with
calling
you.
it hot trash.
Well, let me say this because I think that where I'm coming at with it is I feel like it is this felt very money grubbing to me, to be honest, because I sort of the intentionality that I had from the announcement of Splatoon 3, right, was that we would be getting this sort of Octo expansion like single player story as its separate DLC later down the road. Not that it would be bundled in as some expansion pass. What it felt like to me was Inkopolis is like a free update. Give us that as a free update, and it's like a really cool big thing to welcome in a new season of content or whatever as a free update, and then sell us the like single player story later as its own thing. This felt like to me, oh well, I bet they'd pay for Inkopolis too. So why don't we just go ahead and sell them Inkopolis too? That was the vibe that I got from it. And I don't like that. And I did look for the battle boosting bonuses thing. It's just money and drink tickets and stuff. It's nothing major. It's just a little get it in now for your pre-order or your $24.99. So but yeah, this did absolutely nothing for me. I was hoping when they started showing Splatoon, I was like, please, like, get me back in. I want to be
exactly
because but like nothing they've shown. All we have are just like Salmon Run big runs and Splatfest. Like nothing here got me back in, So
I'm curious what Lachlan thinks. She's just sitting here.
I have no opinion because
she's I don't
play.
care about Splatoon.
It's like Tetris. I'm like, whatevs.
You didn't need to do that. You could have just left this Splatoon. What do you bring Tetris into this for? There's
drag it down.
Look, suddenly I don't look so bad now, but I appreciate it. You're the villain now. Look what you've done.
I know. I'm in my ivory tower, remember? This is what
I could how could I forget? Brian Eck in the chat says Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is how you do DLC right. I'm with Sean and Seth. Splatoon 3 DLC is a cash grab. The one thing I will say, probably the best, and I can't even speak to it, but Tom Servo jumps in to say might be targeting a different culture. I mean, they have Callie Marie concerts in real life and stuff. So that might be my blind spot on it. And it feels, even as I just attack it just nonchalantly, that maybe I'm missing something. That's probably as close that I could come to understand that it's not a North American thing, which I can get.
The Splatoon nerds are going to be all over it. And that's what I mean is like, they know that the people.
Those dorks.
I don't mean it,
Over here at Carpool Gaming where we don't play Splatoon.
I do play Splatoon. Like I like Splatoon. But like, it's totally drops. Like, how can we? Yeah, until the connection drops, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, that is rough. That is super rough when that happens.
It smacks of like, yeah, we know that the Splatoon nerds want to see Callie and Marie performing, and they want to go back to Inkopolis. So how can we squeeze a little bit extra out of them? Is like how that feels to me, rather than doing a cool consumer-friendly thing. And I understand it's expensive to develop this stuff, except no, it's not. Inkopolis is an old location. You already have all that. You know what I mean?
It's a Wii U game, too. They're literally porting the Wii U. But someone in our chat was like, wow, I already have access to the DLC on my Wii U, early access.
Right.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, yeah.
So that's where I come at with it, is it's just like there's nothing new to it. And I think that they could have really avoided like a lot of controversy with that, because people are already critical of that with Splatoon. Like they're saying, oh, there's nothing new here. So why are you literally going to trudge out the old stuff and make us buy it?
Yep.
That's crazy.
Brian said in the chat that Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is how you do DLC right. I mean, the way you guys are talking about Splatoon is kind of how I feel about the Xenoblade Chronicles.
What?
Not in this community.
Oh, get out!
Oh no!
Not
Where's
in
the
this
Sorry,
button?
everybody.
movie.
Where's
I
that
think
button?
that okay.
Oh, he's gone. Oh, that's so weird. His connection just like dropped, and
Isn't that
that's too
weird?
bad. Well, we
It's
enjoyed having him on.
amazing.
Sorry, buddy.
I think that all these character updates
Mhm.
kind of lame. Like, oh, new hero. Like that's I don't think it's like that exciting. But the new story stuff that they teased,
Yeah.
see, like this, like I mean, I like okay.
Doesn't this just seem
Well, that's
like
just a part of
meteor
it.
though? This seems like you buy this and like,
How?
wow, I'm gonna. What do you mean, like the story stuff? Like you're actually gonna like play
Yeah, you're looking at the
this?
story here, aren't you, Sean? Yeah, I see. I see.
Yeah,
I
I
see
just-
why you feel like this is meteor.
Well,
Well,
the
the-
thirst trap is
Okay,
in
Splatoon
Splatoon.
didn't throw in a waifu for Sean, but no, I'm actually. Did you guys see? Okay,
Hang on a
okay,
second. No, there's a thirst
Our
trap with the
code,
Splatoon.
Sean. He
There's-
cracked our Sean. If there's a
Be-
Hondo or a
choose-
waifu,
Choose your words carefully with this.
This
is what I'll
this
say.
the story stuff after looks substantial and really cool.
Mhm.
That's what I want to see more of. And this looks so hype, and I had no idea. Okay, it's coming up on the trailer here. Not that. That's Shulk. What happened to Rex? He's huge. He's ripped.
Yeah. So
Oh, no,
let me
he's
put it to you
hot!
this way. Yeah. Let me put it to you this way. All right.
Music with sex appeal.
For Xenoblade 3, right? This expansion pass that we're looking at right now is $29.99. So it's $5 more than the Splatoon, right? And you're getting, because it's not just characters, it's also the challenge arena with the unique like rule sets, and it's super fun for people who love Xenoblade 3's combat, which is amazing, by the way. The combat's so good. And so you're getting new heroes and stuff, and you're getting this massive story expansion, this we assume Torna-sized story expansion for $29.99. I don't think it compares at all to what they're doing with Splatoon. Like, this is a lot of bang for your buck, I feel like. So I don't know. I
And
think
on
this is
top of a
great.
game that's over 100 hours long. Like, and I guess that they're that as I'm saying
Yeah,
that, I'm
I
sure
guess
people
I-
play Splatoon for a long time too.
I wasn't looking at it really like holistically, like all of the DLC
Sure.
on one versus the other. But yeah, with everything, I just my short term memory. I'm like, Xenoblade. All they've done is add like some new heroes, but I forgot that they added the challenge mode and
Yeah.
So yeah,
To be
definitely.
fair, like they glanced over that very, very quickly, Andross. Like I actually just had to go over this a couple times and finally freeze frame it to show everything that's in the expansion pass here. But this is more like the old like season pass that we used to get in some games where it's like
Mhm.
constantly just wave after wave of different stuff. And I like it. I can't wait. Like an all new original strategy story. I will say though, I'm not as attached to this. My anger and my vitriol towards Splatoon is because I feel betrayed by it to a certain extent, and I don't have that with Xenoblade at all. Like I just think Xenoblade is a wonderful game. It looks like it was crafted with love, and Splatoon, I don't get that feeling at all. Like I look at Splatoon, I'm like, man, it's just a copy and paste and bare minimum. And man, they had an opportunity and they missed it. Xenoblade 3 was like a return to form. It was, yeah, we tried something weird with 2, but like 3 is the one. And it's this gorgeous game. And then and if you want to, you can get more. And I just feel like the overall value proposition is better. I feel like I am cared about more if I buy into this kind of world than Splatoon. I just feel like I'm taken for granted with Splatoon. You know, I want to be loved. Like Kato's little pet Pikachu.
I can get behind it. I can get behind it.
Wait, who?
Behind that.
I say Kato. Sorry, Lachlan.
Wow.
Wow. Wow. And I think
myself
Kato
out.
was here to, yeah, there you go. Kick him out.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, he kicked himself out of that one.
Yeah, he did.
Well,
Oh my
yeah,
god.
it's they are very different types of games, and I was happy to see this here. I don't know. I don't know, man. It's hard to justify a $24.99 expansion like Splatoon's. When I will be interested though to hear like what the Splatoon lore folks think about the single player. I want the frame by frame. I want to know what's going on. But yeah, don't make me pay for Inkopolis. Come on, man. Don't make me pay for
That's
that.
so angry that he's frozen.
Am I frozen?
Not on my
Well,
side.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
it's just me. It's just me. Am I frozen for you guys?
No, y'all all look fine.
Um, well, I want to jump into something that I don't know if you guys are going to talk about too much, but my son and my kiddos are very excited for Kirby. Very excited for Kirby.
Dude.
And that was a really hype
Sean's not excited.
hype trailer.
No.
And demo out today. So immediately when the direct ends, my son turns to me because I live react with him on stream. And he was like, "Can I get the demo?" So I like go on there, and we were watching the eShop to get the demo for it, and that's what he was doing tonight. Was playing through the demo of Kirby, and I'm like, well, I myself not the hugest Kirby fan, but my kids love it. They love it, and so I'm getting Kirby, I guess.
Guess I'm getting
day
Kirby.
Day one for Kirby. Yeah. It is great. I watching him play through it. It looks nice, really fun. Pretty like it looks good for a Wii game.
Yeah, and they're adding actual content to it, which makes me really happy because that like Magalore epilogue, and it got leaked a little while ago, but but having that is so great. Like, because admittedly, myself included, like looking at this originally, I was kind of like, like it's it's a great game, and I'm excited that it's on Switch, but didn't really do that much for me initially. But adding actual content to it like this is cool. You got me. I'm in now. Yeah, I'm excited for this one, man. And it comes out soon. We got the demo drop today. One of many demo shadow drops today. Yeah, bring it on. Sean's excited.
He's stoked.
No. I will say, I mean, it isn't. I play up most of my Kirby hate. It actually looks pretty sweet. And I mean, you guys mentioned the demo. There's 40 demos I think that came out today. Like on top of having to buy the game. Sea of Stars, yes. Octopath, I think, had another one.
Sea of Stars. I need that one to do very good, so I can.
Oh, in fantasy,
for the fantasy league. Yeah. Yeah, he swiped really good, that from me. The demo was fun. I played the demo earlier before we did this. And I'm very, very here for it, man. I can't wait. And that got a date, August 29th, I believe it's coming out. So I mean, yeah, that it was huge for that. Man, there's so many, like, if I could just sit in this little like weird Nintendo pocket for a second, there were so many like weird Nintendo games that we got love for in this. We got a new Samba de Amigo announced here. That was on nobody's bingo card. Nobody. The last Samba de Amigo game was on the Nintendo Wii. It's on the shelf behind me, and like nobody played it. And like that to me was a huge announcement. Katamari Damacy,
yes.
We love Katamari rather reroll. Oh my god. I am so hyped for this. This is my favorite Katamari game. To have this on Switch is going to be amazing. I kind of wish it was like available for Valentine's Day. That would have made me really happy. Man, I'm hyped for that. Ghost Trick, of course, was the announcement that broke me. This is my favorite Nintendo DS game by far. I thought it would be impossible to put on Switch. Everybody did. There's not a reality where Ghost Trick should come to Switch, but it is, and I can't believe it. And I don't think I will believe it until I'm actually playing it.
I'm pretty excited for that one as well.
Seth's
excitement for that game is so contagious. If you guys haven't listened to his like full episode talking about that game, oh man, I'm like, I need to play it. Got to play it.
I did an episode of Keep Nintendo Weird with Caroline Liddick about Ghost Trick, and we like cried together about it. Like, it's an amazing game. Like, the game is so good. Yeah, that's like up there. It's probably like somewhere in my top like 30, 40 games of all time. It's an excellent game. Then they announced, like, as if I wasn't already like eaten well in the weird Nintendo, kind of realm. We got a new Professor Layton game announced for Switch. And I'm like, what is happening? I'm not kidding. My DS lights up there. I got a Professor Layton game in my DS right now. And like, we're getting a new one of those on Switch. And I can't. They're remastering the two Baten Kaitos games that were on GameCube.
GameCube fans eating good today. eating good today.
Oh my gosh, it's like ridiculous. This is like, if you guys don't know anything about these games, it's because these are all sort of cult classic games that like nobody played or bought at the time, and they're the kind of like impossible ports that nobody thought we would get, and we're getting them. Like, these are like dream ports for many people. Oh, I'm so
Many
hyped.
dozens of people.
Dozens. There are dozens of us.
Sorry, I
whole
thought I was still on
dozen.
mute.
There are dozens of us. Spot and Kaidos is a really unique GameCube RPG. The kind of big twist with this one is it's got, and don't stop listening to me after saying this, it's got card mechanics. And the card mechanics are utilized in a really interesting way because items will degrade over time. So like you can get, for example, a piece of cheese or something, and after so much time, the cheese will begin to like get moldy and rot. And now all of a sudden you can use it for like a poison attack or something. You know, it's really cool and unique. Yeah, great game. So I'm happy. I'm a happy boy with all this stuff.
It had a little something for everybody today.
Yeah.
It's a little sprinkling.
Little something, little sprinkling of
Something.
everything.
Little
man.
taste.
Why is Advance Wars not coming till April? Anybody?
I thought
Anybody
that was
answer
going to
me
be
that?
Shadow Drop.
That's what I thought too. I was like, all right.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Why? What are we waiting for? Is Nintendo predicting when we'll have world peace and we can play that game and not be
Yeah. To me, I felt like the best way to
maybe
drum
that
up
was
new hype
very
for that-
insensitive of me to say it like that.
That's okay.
I think that's what the Miss America
I
girls
thought-
used to say too, though. You know, they just wanted world peace.
World peace.
You're fine.
It would have been a perfect way, I felt like, to drum up hype, but I think the reason they didn't is because they were shadow dropping Metroid. Like, they weren't going to shadow drop 2 first party things, right?
And you know,
So
they're shadow dropping Metroid. They need to get that out in February because
There's no way.
Generate hype.
There's
for
no
the
way.
next one coming
No.
in December or November.
you
It
think
ain't
Prime
happening.
4 is coming this year?
I believe for Micah. For you, Micah, I
For
believe.
Micah.
Put it up on Fantasy Critic. Go ahead.
Yeah, put it
Let's
on.
do that.
Put it on
Put it
there.
up there.
Yeah.
Throw it up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Throw a bit up.
If you're not scared.
we'll do that. Yeah,
Right?
we'll do that. No, it's I don't think it's coming this year.
While Cliff jumps
there's no
in.
chance.
I know, I'm not even a part of
I
this.
know.
I'm like, yeah, why not? Go ahead.
Yeah.
I'm in
No,
the
I
middle
don't-
of them
I-
anyways. So.
Look, I love Micah. I do, but I don't think there's any chance of that coming this year. Just not going to happen. Sorry.
I need
Micah.
it to come so that that we can enjoy directs again. Just every time it's like, oh man, no
Hey.
Metroid Prime 4.
Yes.
How do you
Talk
feel about this game,
hype.
Sean?
About
It's
this.
your
Talk
show.
Change the
about
subject.
hype.
We're talking about Disney Island, something Mickey Mouse. This
Illusion
The
game
Island.
illusion.
is a full 4-player. It looks like a nice, approachable Cuphead, side-scrolling, platforming, just a fun
It's a
time
Rayman.
all around. It's Rayman. It's everyone loves Rayman.
Everybody
Oh.
loves Raymond. Yeah.
I'm telling you guys, like, we can talk about Splatoon or Zelda or whatever else, and like this is a standout to me big time. Like, I want to get my hands on this thing as soon as humanly possible. I don't know what it is about this weird art style for Mickey Mouse in this, but I love it. And as soon as they got like the split screen thing going, we're like,
Yeah.
wait a minute, can you play with like it looks great. I'm gonna play this by myself. I'm gonna play with my kids. I'm gonna play with friends. I think this might be the unsung game of the whole direct. I feel like this looks absolutely amazing. I don't know who's making this because it totally is Rayman. It's Rayman.
It is.
Did you?
Isn't this also?
Did
Go
any
ahead,
of you
sorry.
guys play the Mickey Mouse games on the SNES?
Oh
Like,
yeah.
Haunted
Castle of Illusion and
Circus or
stuff.
Castle of Illusion? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Those are fantastic games, and so I have high hopes for this because Mickey works well
I
in a
do
2D
too.
platformer, and he works well in a 3D platformer. I actually really liked the painting one that I can't remember the
Epic
name.
Mickey.
Epic
Yeah.
Mickey. Yeah, I really
Mhm.
like
I
that
Oh,
one.
liked them too.
okay.
Yeah, I like those too.
I'm
And I
excited
will
to
say,
play
too-
as Donald Duck.
Yes, Donald looked great in
Yes.
this.
He like stole
Also-
the show with his 2 feathers to fly
Mhm.
across.
I feel bad for Daisy. You got left out, Daisy.
Aw. Comes out on my birthday. This is like absolutely
July
for me. I
28th.
was July 28th is I'm taking the day off work. I'll get one of those anyways. This looks so much fun.
It
Like
does
it's
look fun.
designed for kids. Like it looks like it's designed for kids, but I don't know, man. I think this looks like
Hug
the
for
art
health.
is amazing. It looks great.
Hug for health. Yeah, that's a good.
This is a the art style here. Isn't this like the current Mickey Mouse art style, like in the current cartoons?
I have
Isn't
no
that how?
idea.
Isn't this how it looks?
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's current. We definitely watch it these days, but I don't know how like like they could have come out like 10 years ago and I wouldn't know. But we are watching it actively on Disney Plus right now. But man, I love it. I'm so happy with that. It's the what happened? That's the version.
Yeah.
Oh man. That's
I'll
my
save my
standout.
version of Mickey for the post show.
Mm.
Oh snap! There was so much here.
What does that even mean?
You probably don't know Andross, and it's fine.
Oh, you'll learn.
She's gonna keep it behind a
You'll learn.
paywall. That's all you need to know.
Oh yeah, of course.
Is there something that we're forgetting? Because I feel like there must be, but like there's so much here.
Husbandos and waifus coming to Fire Emblem.
I want to hear Lachlan's
True.
take on the like Animal Crossing clone.
I was about to say Fantasy Life
Oh
Was
yeah, I
also
forgot about that. Yeah,
on there. When we were watching it, when Sean and I were watching it earlier, I was like, whatever about it. Because, there was just so much going on. I felt like there was like sensory overload by this point.
yeah.
But when I rewatched the direct before this show, it looks kind of nice. It's like an Animal Crossing RPG type thing. The art style looks kind of cute. I don't know. I might pick it up. We'll see.
Yeah, it looks
We'll
good.
see.
It looks good. I was
We'll
I was
see.
intrigued.
This is a sequel to a 3DS game. And I think we're going to be seeing a lot of this. I think we're going to be seeing a lot of, especially the eShops close in a little over a month now. And I think we're going to start seeing a lot of 3DS games and sequels of 3DS games come over to Switch. And this is one of them. I was hoping it'd be another life. I was hoping it'd be Tamagotchi life, my friends, is what I want.
Oh, man.
I want it so bad.
Yeah,
I'm so upset.
that's what I was hoping for.
No Nintendogs, no Tomodachi Life.
Rip.
Still
RIP.
coming. It's okay. It's okay.
I want to talk about something I'm super hype about, and that's this that's this new Mario Kart track.
Oh
my gosh.
man, I had it lined up. My yes.
Look at
yes.
this.
My gosh.
Oh my
This looks amazing. I love this game.
It
I
does.
love Yoshi's Island, and this is like the prettiest Mario Kart track I have ever seen.
The purple mountain
Also,
in the back
yep.
is alive.
We're just
Mhm.
adding characters,
It's a-
apparently.
We're
That's
adding
the thing.
characters and new tracks. It's like you don't know what's coming anymore.
That's like a giant
Oh.
whale creature. I can't remember what it's called.
I didn't even see that the first time. I just now
Oh, you're talking
noticed
about the blarg back there?
Yeah.
Oh, Blarg. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's.
Did you see the
I'm
little
more
like
set
the
notes.
question block, the cloud question with the wings? Hang on,
Yeah,
I'll
and you
find
hit
it.
it, and the road comes out. It's like.
Oh
makes
my
the
goodness!
sound.
Great. There it is. I just missed it. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh!
see, and then the track appears ahead of you, just like in the games. Like,
Oh
and it makes
my
the sound
God.
effect. It's so good. It's like, what on earth? Why this game of all games to just randomly like, hey, we're gonna make a brand new course for an SNES game?
And bring
Heck
You ain't getting
Birdo.
Mario
Yes.
Kart 9. You ain't getting Mario Kart 9. This is your
Nope.
Mario Kart 9
Nobody
right
wants
here.
it. Nobody wants it. Nobody's asking for it. This is as good as Mario Kart gets. Okay, this is it. This is the model. This is how you do it. Splatoon. You could have done.
now
You could
they
have ended
did-
with Splatoon 2. Okay.
Oh my
Oh
gosh!
my-
Just that overview shot.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
I want to go. I want a 3D Yoshi game, like Breath of the Wild. Explore this place.
Breath of
It
the
looks-
Wild, Yoshi of the Wild.
It looks so good.
Yeah, it looks beautiful.
This is they have brought my childhood to life, and that is why I'm so hyped. I'm just like this.
I can't wait to just hear all the music of it. Just the
Andross has so much to say and also not a lot because he's lost words.
Yeah, dude. Like just to me, this communication was, hey, you don't know what's coming with this thing. You're gonna get new tracks. You're gonna get new characters.
Look
Nobody
at the
saw
Shy
new
Guy on
characters
stilts.
on the
Yes.
stilts.
Oh my gosh, I
Yep.
didn't even see that. Oh,
Yeah.
beautiful.
There is
Beautiful.
so much here. Oh my god, this could be my new favorite track. And this is enough. You know, like they didn't have to tell us anymore. I wish they did, but like there's enough to chew on here.
So here's where I take issue with this, because I took issue with this with the last direct too, where they just showed us like 2 tracks and they said, all right, see you later. Like to me, and to be fair, because this is a new track and we're getting a new character and stuff being Birdo, it's different. Was that Baby Rosalina? Yeah.
I was gonna say I thought it was a rapid Rosalina for
I
a
did
second.
too for a second. Yeah, I
But
was
hang
like,
on, we're freeze framing this.
We just
the best I
broke
can.
some news here.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but to me, I get it because this is actually new content, so I'm okay with this. So versus what they did before, where they just showed us 2 of the tracks coming back, and they said, "Okay, we'll see you later." This is the way you do it. If you're gonna add something actually new, then yes, like go ahead and show it to me. So
I love how this is the thing that we decide to freeze frame every 2 seconds versus everything else we've seen tonight.
I'm just taking it in. It's so good. It looks so good.
They're all Birdos. This one
Yeah.
for all the characters are Birdos, and then there's like Baby Luigi in the back.
they had all the Birdos, all the different
All the
colors,
colors.
just like Yoshi. Yeah, I just love how busy it is. Like visually, how busy it is. You got that blarg. They even saw the those big like birds. I think they're called like I think they're called Huffin' Puffins. Those
Mhm.
big round birds that like jump around. Oh man, spring 2023. No date, just spring. But
Can't come
man.
soon enough. Holy cow. I love
More
it.
Mario Kart,
That was
man.
the last thing I wanted. I like the hype thing. I want to make sure we hit
There's
on. I
so
think we hit on
much.
everything else. There's so much.
So much.
There
stuff.
wasn't really a low point for me in the direct, like at all, except for that one. Like,
that like fashion game.
yes, but did you watch my reaction or did you have the same low? I was like,
It was, it wasn't for me. Like there are people who are going to be really into that, right? But it wasn't for me personally.
Yeah, Sean was like, "Oh, that's a Lockleth game." I said, "Is it?"
wow, that's profiling, Sean. All right.
I
Well,
just said it was cozy.
yeah,
said it
well,
looked cozy.
it's something. My response was, I would rather play through Bratz again than play that game. And I'm already an influencer, so why would I want to play that?
The marketing.
There you go.
You can be a cool influencer, a
Yeah.
fashionista. You can high five friends and give each other likes.
Oh
It's like,
my
come
Oh, yeah.
on. It
They
was
had a
so,
few detective type games too.
This is the
Oh,
only
Deca
detective
Police,
game
too.
that matters right here.
Oh,
Deca
yeah,
Police
Deca
was my
Police.
pick. Yeah,
Yeah,
that looked
Deca
cool.
Police.
it's so anime. I loved it.
Yeah, totally. Just completely over the top. I'm like, I have no idea what's happening. And I am in. I
It's like-
love that.
He's like, crime. I'll do whatever it takes to rid the city of these pigs. He
They-
shoots like a magic bow and nukes a car. I'm like, oh, that's how detective work should be. Yeah.
They made
Funny
the
miss-
mistake of playing that right after Ghost Trick, so I was just broken by that point. I wasn't paying attention.
Look at this. Yeah, there it is. The arrow.
I think it looks cool, dude. I think it looks
blows
really
up the car.
neat.
The art style looks very nice.
So Tom Servo says, "What about that Bayonetta thing?" And yeah, there was a new trailer for Bayonetta
Mhm.
Origins, which comes out next month. What I was surprised about, I was expecting them to say, "And you can go play a demo like all the other demos,
Yeah.
for Bayonetta." So to me,
It
it was
looks
just like
good.
another trailer. It looks great. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
it
looking
looks
forward to
awesome.
it.
I didn't
Well, it's
realize
level
it was going
5.
to be.
Deca Police is level 5. I'm sorry.
There's a lot of level 5 games here.
Yeah, level 5's back. Level 5's back.
They are. Yeah.
The Bayonetta thing, I didn't realize it was going to be like you control 2 characters type thing. Was
Mhm.
that's new to this trailer, right?
Yeah.
I
yeah.
think so,
Well, it's weird because previews went out yesterday. Some members of the press got to play it, and those went out yesterday, and that was revealed during that. But this is the first like actual Nintendo communication of it. But yeah, I was surprised. I thought for sure this was going to be another, and there's a demo out today.
I'm
kinda
picking this one
situation.
up. I haven't played a Bayonetta game, but I think I am going to play this one. Just
Looks
it
great.
looks so pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Yeah.
I think this is going to be a sad game. I think this is going to make people cry. I have a bad feeling about it.
Well,
Well,
then
it's
you'll
called
just
Bayonetta
watch me
Origins, so
cry.
I think Bayonetta's probably making it out of this one. I think she's probably going to be okay.
Yeah, but isn't she trying to save her mom? And
Yeah.
I don't, I think it's going to be bad. I think
Well,
it's going to be
look,
bad for Bayo's mom.
Bayonetta's Bayonetta's such a weird, like Bayonetta's probably her own mom or something. I don't know. Who knows what's going on? Brian,
It's future her.
The monster's called Cheshire.
Cheshire.
And so is this guy? I mean, I'm getting Alice in Wonderland vibes.
That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah. So for context, Cheshire is Carrozza is sort of like young Bayonetta. Because Bayonetta is not her name. Bayonetta is a title, right? And Carrozza is her actual name. Yeah. And so she carried around this little doll when she was a kid in Bayonetta 1, because that is a situation where, spoilers for Bayonetta 1, I guess, you go back, Bayonetta is like helping Bayonetta as a kid, and she's holding like this little doll named Cheshire. And Viola in Bayonetta 3 has got this Cheshire as her like demon summon. It's like this big, gross, Cheshire that we're seeing here. So yeah, it's interesting. It falls into an interesting place in the twisted
lore.
Bayonetta lore. Yeah.
It's
me, Seth. We eat up the lore.
It's like
That's right.
Stitches from Animal Crossing is what it reminds me of.
A little bit. Yeah, a little bit. Brian X said, any thoughts on no holiday game announcement? This was, to me, Nintendo set the expectations where they said, yeah, we're focusing mostly on the first half of the year. There was a part of me that was kind of hoping there would be some kind of big holiday game announcement, but I think it would have been a mistake to do that, because we're full steam ahead on Zelda, right? I think it would have been kind of weird to say, oh, and like, as much as I would have loved like a Mario something or whatever too, I would have loved that, but I do think it would have been kind of weird if they said like, get hyped for Zelda, but also there's this thing coming later,
Yeah. Plus they just shadow drop Metroid Prime 1 today, and they gotta get that sold and build up for the Prime 4 that will be coming for holiday.
It's not happening. It's too much Metroid.
Yeah,
We're getting Mario and/or Donkey Kong later on, okay, or Wave Race.
That's also we'll come back in June.
Yeah,
that's where I come at it, Seth, is you got to leave something else for us to, have another one of these moments later on. This is, I think, a tried and true formula. Not only is it, I think, driving the success of the game. I think what was that number? Like, they're coming up on 1 billion pieces of software sold. Like there's 994 million software titles sold or something like that, which is bonkers. And I really feel like a lot of the success that we've seen on Switch, a lot of the excitement that we all share is this format. The February directs are working. They give us a good sense of what the year is going to look like, but not the whole thing, because before we know it, we're going to be asking what's next, and we want new stuff. And so they're very careful about this, and they have been for the last 5 or 6 years. So I like it. I'm glad we don't know what is happening in holiday. I will say that if this was a dud of a direct, then I'd be a little bit more on the downer side, obviously, but more that, like, I feel good until I feel like I'm going to be busy up until, August, September kind of thing.
Totally.
But if I looked at this and went, there's nothing for me, and I don't know what holiday looks like, then I look at maybe 2023 isn't a good year for me, but that's not where I land. I'm going to be busy. I'm going to be spending all my money here. I'm glad I got those vouchers. I might need to get a second pair of vouchers, to be honest with you. So, and they can't screw up Mario Strikers this year. So it's all good, you guys.
They gave you a hockey version of Mario Strikers.
That looks so good. You're right about. Look at you. Yeah,
it's even called Strikers, right?
Yeah, it's got Strikers in the name.
What was it? Omega Striker, wasn't it? Like a free download or something?
Yeah, it was a free to play, I think, right? Yeah.
Download it.
Oh my gosh.
I would give this like an A++, like one of the best directs they've ever had. Like it's really great. But I do want to point out that there was nothing new first party that was announced today. It's all either projects we already knew about, DLC for existing games, or remakes. But we didn't get anything. We didn't get anything new. Like we didn't get that Mario, that Donkey Kong, or a new IP or anything like that. Which isn't bad, but just interesting.
Would that take it down from an A++ to an A+ at least?
Yeah, sure.
Sean's
A
like,
minus.
I just like the
I
grading.
don't know
I'm
about
like,
this ranking
this A++ business.
because
It
above
doesn't
that's
bother
S,
me,
and it's not S.
personally.
Oh, that's true. You know
Yeah.
what? There is. I was just like, how do you got to
There
have
you
room
go.
for something above it? But yeah, okay,
Yeah.
that's ranking. I got.
I think this was one of the best directs ever. I mean, this had every rumored thing for the past like 2 years. I mean, we were talking about Metroid Prime remake.
I know.
Rumor. Would be Game Boy Advance. Like,
It's hard.
It was very. I'm definitely not going to be trying to say that it's not very good. I just think not everything is the greatest ever.
As the newer Kato on the show here, I have to say,
I'm sorry.
my favorite direct that I have ever watched, the most hype you will ever see me, was the Animal Crossing 2.0 update. Like direct, dropped
really good.
everything all at once. I couldn't. Even though this thumbnail says we can't breathe, I truly could not breathe when I watched that.
It was
But
pretty dang good.
This was pretty good too, but nothing will ever compare to that for me. There you go. Had to say
It
that.
was so good. That really was. It was jam packed. It was like you're 5 minutes in, and you're like, this thing. How long it was going to be? It was like a half an hour, 40 minutes, or something. How much more is there to go? That was incredible.
We were expecting Brewster, and they showed it 3 minutes in, and they had so much more to show, and it was like, what?
Yeah,
it was wild.
I kind of wish they dated the next direct for Zelda. I kind of wish they this is your taste of Zelda for today, but there's going to be like a dedicated direct on whatever.
Do you think they're going to do one?
I feel like it's a no-brainer.
Yeah,
you don't think that they are?
Feel like that too.
I don't know. I think
they just sell it. They just launch it
for Breath of the Wild.
Well, the Breath of the Wild was weird because they had like at E3, it was just that whole thing was Zelda. Like E3 2016 was just Zelda. Like it was
just
I remember
Breath of the Wild. People were playing like the Great Plateau.
Yeah,
but like that
hours and hours and hours of content. What I think they'll probably do, and I wouldn't be surprised to see this, is I think we hear on Twitter, hey, there's going to be a Treehouse Live for Zelda. And they're going to do a Treehouse Live where they sit there and they play Zelda live and they walk you through, and you got Nate Bildorf sitting there saying, look at these trees and look at the grass. I think that's probably what we're going to have. And at the end of that, and maybe this happens sometime in March or April, and at the end of that, they say, hey, here's the new... There's no way they're not doing a themed console around Zelda. There's no way.
Yeah.
Like, I was surprised it wasn't announced here. It must be a thing. Like, if Splatoon and Pokemon get one, how is Zelda not getting one?
Agreed.
It must be a thing. So I think they're going to do a Treehouse Live at some point in March or April or something, and then say, and here's the Zelda OLED, pre-orders are open now. That's what I think.
I'm with you. And more amiibo.
Maybe. Yeah. Maybe
the whole
amiibo.
Honestly, they'll have a direct so that we can spend $1,000 on Zelda somehow. Console, bunch of amiibo, the $200 collector's edition. There's probably one that's even better. Like if you think you want a Master Sword, that's the $250 version. It's still
the actual Master Sword.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Maybe there's one that comes with both the Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild for some reason. Like who knows?
You know what? I'm glad you said that, because that actually just made me think of something that I had meant to mention, because my big thing coming into this was to Brian X's point about, and this whole kind of notion of very little actual first party stuff, was I am really surprised that there's no Mario game on shelves for the movie coming out. And now I'm sort of sitting here saying, well, maybe what they'll do is they'll just tread out the Mario games they already have on Switch. And it's like, hey, if you buy Mario Odyssey, there's a movie ticket in the box or something like that. Like if they do one of those traditional, promotional things, if you buy a new Super Mario Brothers U or, something like that, they got to have something. There's got to be some kind of,
I don't know. I almost wonder if they're treating it like it's its own thing, like it's its own release, and they don't want to have two Mario things side by side.
I'm just surprised. I feel like you need to have something on the shelf for people to walk out of that theater and want to buy,
Yeah, I think they just forgot.
They left it up on the shelf. Tomorrow they're like, oh wait, by the way, we totally forgot about this.
But to that point though, I don't know where you would put a Mario game, if not holiday. Like maybe that's it. But it
could be.
I don't know. It is strange. We talked about this maybe last week or the week before. Like that it seemed like the delay of the movie maybe had been related to the delay of a game, but I don't know, man. Like they would have had it here. Like that would have been the last thing, and I don't know where else they would talk about it between now and April 7th when the movie comes out.
Yeah. I don't see where else they would have that announcement. I
can't see in the chat says after the movie credits. Can you imagine?
Yeah, that's kind of a good idea.
Can you imagine? I would lose my mind, dude. I was at the theater for Sonic 2 and the post-credit scene there, and kids were falling over. Like, and I don't even know what they were looking at. Like, I didn't understand it, but kids were very excited about it.
It's hype. That's a hype post-credit scene.
That's cool. Yeah, that's neat.
Neat.
I don't know. If you say so. Like, that's cool. I can't wait for it.
Such dad energy right here.
I'll be pushing.
The kids are into this, I think.
Dude, I love the Sonic movies. I am the #1 stand for these dang movies. I love them, but I don't understand
you don't know
what's
happening in the credits.
Well, you better learn about
credits. I don't know what this is. What is? I don't have to be. That makes me have to be a fan of like the rest of Sonic, which I'm clearly not. But I enjoy the movies that I watch. That's a good time.
It's gonna be good.
So there,
Sonic 3. Let's go.
Sonic 3.
Sonic
and Knuckles.
Sonic.
Andross, here on the Nintendo Drive, I like to show my physical, for the evening. Yep, talking physical. And because they didn't show it today, I'm going to show it to all of y'all. You're welcome. Tomodachi Life.
Yeah.
For 3DS.
Yeah.
We should have had this today.
I agree.
What the heck? Should have been today.
Just that with the Miitopia Mii Maker is literally all I want. That's all I want.
Just
I'm a simple man.
Give me the weird. Give me Tomodachi Life. That's all I wanted.
We got Ghost Trick Phantom Detective coming to Switch. I can't believe that's a real thing. That's so wild. Ugh.
6 golden coins.
It's so good.
My gosh.
I played Mario Land, and I was like, oh, this is good. It's very good. Game is good.
Good game, dude. Good game.
Also, shout out to the soundtrack on the Direct. We were bopping the whole time.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Shoulders
Good
constant.
Yeah, music was great the whole time. Oh yeah. There you go.
Well,
is that the whole thing?
That's
yeah.
I think that's the thing.
We could do our usual.
That's where I'm at right now.
Could do our usual. Where can we find you on the internet? And I will start with Andross. Where can people find you?
You can find me twitch.tv/Andross1 or youtube.com/Andross1, where I do Zelda stuffs and more.
There you go.
Nice.
Seth, what about you?
You can. I was trying to think of some weird way to do this. You can borrow your mom's phone with her permission, get her to use her Face ID to unlock her phone, and then pull up the Safari web browser and type in http:// as Ryan would say, twitter.com/$2hero. That's where you can find me.
Sean.
And as for me, I can't change. There I am. You can make sure that you duct tape your household landline down so nobody picks up the phone for you afterwards. Make sure that your parents know that you're about to use the internet, because of course, if they pick up the phone afterwards, they will disconnect you. Then go to Netscape Navigator and type in www.twitter.com/Sean Capri, Sean like Connery, Capri like the pants. If you like the show, support us on Patreon, patreon.com/Carpool Gaming. And I think that's it. What about you, Lachlan?
Well, you can go to your nearest mailbox.
Yes,
where you should have a CD that provides you internet that you could just put into that computer of yours and go to YouTube. And you can find me at Locklith, or you can find me on Twitter at LocklithTWT if you search it in that lovely search box that is everywhere, actually. Word to the wise. But thank you all for hanging out with us for today's episode of the Nintendo Drive. Bump that like button if you haven't already. And fuel this carpool in the comments below by answering who is going to be playing Kirby's Dream Land with me when it comes out. Let me know.
Who's going to be my friend?
Yes,
Not
be my friend.
Wait, I was gonna say not me, but then you added that last part. But I will still be your friend, but I will not be playing. Okay, bye, 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 bye,
Bye.
bye.
Thank you so much for watching this episode of the new Nintendo Drive. Now, before you drive off, be sure to like the stream and subscribe here on YouTube and follow us at Carpool Gaming on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. If you liked what you saw and want more, be sure to support us on Patreon at patreon.com/Carpool Gaming.
D